Join us at Women of Courage and celebrate the achievements of women.
Today, I choose love. From my past, my future, to my family and friends, I choose love. With everything we've got going on in the world today, all the hate and negativity, love is all we have, and it's all we need. If you can start each day with love, you will watch your world change. But the time is now to forgive, to forget, to move on. Do this and your perspective will change. If I know one thing, I would rather live in a world with love and openness than a world full of pain. And it's our choice to believe in something bigger than us. One world, one people, one love.
The Women of Courage show is being broadcast by the Women and Children's Restoration Ministries to help you problem solve, to help you dream again, to help you believe that anything is possible. We want you to believe that you do not have to marry the first man you meet just to get someone to take care of you. You do not have to live a life of drudgery. You can educate yourself. All you have to do is learn to read competently. We want you to take a chance on yourself. Stop believing all the soothsayers around you that have never left a state in their lives. People who do not have courage to fly. People who only think of lying, cheating, and stealing. You can live an exciting life. All you have to do is believe that you can make your dreams come true. You do not have to go to bed with someone you despise day in and day out. You have the right to marry someone that you can talk to someone that believes in you and has faith in you as a human being. In other words, you do not have to settle for just anyone. But what you must do is strive toward your goal. You must be goal oriented. You must organize yourself. You must be clear about what you want in life and why you want such a life. All of us are made up of dreams. As our dreams unfold in our lives, our spirit soars. Realizing our dreams becomes a problem because oftentimes we are beaten down by our friends and family. We are beaten down at school by people laughing at us because of our shoe size, our ear size, our breast size, the clothes we wear, etc. We are beaten down by people saying nothing will come of our lives. We are beaten down when our mothers and grandmothers constantly say that we're going to be just like our father, an inmate in prison. Many of us are also discouraged when our mothers are inattentive. She is wrapped up in her new boyfriend. But life anew is possible. It is my job to encourage you to go as far as you can dream and as far as your dreams can take you. It is my job to get you to believe in life again. I am sick and tired of people failing at life just because they are around negative speaking and negative acting people. Do not let the failure of other people make you lose confidence in yourself. Yes, you may be surrounded by poverty, but you must look for a way out. The book, If You Believe in God, You Do Not Belong in Prison, will help you. What you must do above all else is learn to read competently. You must read, read, and read. Anyone who laughs at you for reading, you need to leave that person alone. I do not care if it's your mother. Anyone who discourages you, you are to stop all association. Man is not different than plants. We need encouragement to grow as plants need water to thrive. You are to leave foolish, stupid people alone. Their ignorance will weigh you down or even get you killed. Sit down and think how you can avoid these people, especially if they're in your family. If you are overwhelmed with the tiring feeling that feels as if you're carrying a bag of stone around every morning when you get out of bed and think how you'll have to spend another living life you're not passionate about, the books I suggest are the perfect solution for your unique needs. Not only will we help you realize why these feelings overwhelm you and what you can do to change it, but they will also teach you how to live a life of strength, courage, fearlessness in order to realize all of your dreams. If you are lacking the attitude and psychology, proper resource or vision to make your dreams a reality, combined with dissatisfaction with the execution of your plans, but you remain firmly dedicated to making your ambition a reality and creating the life you deserve, you will certainly derive the most benefit from professional, incredible content within these books. Contents that will assist you in achieving the results that you are after. You are never to give up on yourself. Are you ready to leave your future to chance? Of course not. Take your life in your hand and learn all the necessary tools, mindset, strategies used by the men and women of courage used in order to live the life of their dream. Change your life with our book starting today. During the last show, I spoke about two women who realized their dream. I discussed Lieutenant Madeline Switzer, who became the first Navy fighter pilot, and the female sergeant of the National Guard, who became the first female Green Beret. Both these women exhibited extreme courage to realize their dreams. What about you? What dreams are you going to realize this year? Remember what Muhammad Ali said? He said, I'm the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was the greatest. Let us take a lesson from these winners. Most people would equate this success to the countless hours of training or an innate talent that these athletes or pilots were born with. Ali was not the tallest boxer, nor was he the bulkiest boxer, as most other boxers of his time. His punches were not the strongest, but he was still the best fighter of his time. His agility was impressive, but what was most impressive was his confidence in himself. This mentality allowed him to take the punches and keep moving forward. In his earliest fights, his opponents were heavily favored, but he still managed to pull off the impossible. Muhammad Ali said, to be a great champion, you must believe you are the best. If you are not, then you must pretend you are. When Muhammad Ali was crowned world heavyweight champion for the third and final time, he had fought George Foreman. What he did was he tired George Foreman out, and the fight went to the eighth round. After the fight was over, George Foreman said, "I will admit it. Muhammad Ali outthought me and he outfought me." Muhammad Ali trained harder for that fight and he changed his mental attitude. He knew that fight would be his hardest after losing to Ken Norton and Joe Frazier. He made up his mind he would not lose again. This example of perseverance in the face of impossible odds. In studying the success of these legendary athletes, one characteristic comes back for each one and according to them was the most important factor in their success. They all believed that they were the greatest even before reaching success. These athletes were able to make themselves and others think that they were already champions. The way we perceive things is crucial. Let me say it again. The way we perceive things and ourselves is crucial. Life is often a mirror that reflects what we are and what we believe. The more we believe that we can do something, the more we can push to achieve our goals. There are difficult and painful moments in everything that we undertake, but if we remain relentless, our challenge becomes more acceptable, leading us to push our limits and eventually reach our wildest dreams. Transformation does not just happen. It takes a plan and a support system. Once a person leaves high school, the questions begin. Who am I? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do with my life? What advice should I take from others? Should I stay home today playing video games rather than enrolling in a junior college? The questions go on and on. Success comes based on how we answer these questions. As we make decisions, we need to realize each decision is going to shape our lives. What clothes we wear, what friends we keep in our lives, what college we go to, whether or not we take a second job, all of these decisions shape and fashion the person that we will become. To keep from making a mess of our lives, we have to take stock of ourselves and come up with a plan on how we're going to accomplish our goals. These plans can be big or small, but we need to make these plans to keep us on course so that we do not take a detour offered by our well-meaning friends and family. These detours often derail our plans. You must be careful that you adhere to the plans that you wrote out for yourself. There are lots of people willing to give advice to you, but you must consider the source. Who is giving you this advice? How successful were they at following their own plans in their lives? When organizing your life, you need to think about the words power and believing in yourself. Have you ever felt powerless? Have you ever felt like you are not good enough? Wayne Dwyer said, and I quote, "You can be miserable or you can motivate yourself." I'll say it again. You can either be miserable or you can motivate yourself. But whatever has to be done, it is always your choice. As elusive as power may appear, it does lurk inside each and every one of us, waiting to be developed and unleashed to the world. And I am talking about your personal power, your ability to overcome limiting habits and beliefs that hold you back from things you aim to achieve. And it also has to do with how you positively influence and impact the lives of the people around you in different ways. It is about you becoming an unstoppable force in terms of accomplishments. But this cannot happen if you don't believe in yourself or your potential. Benito Mussolini thought of himself as an intellectual, and his mental calmness and belief in himself was second to none, and he never second guessed himself. If he did, he would not have become that powerful. Now, how do you develop this power? You have to start by believing in yourself and changing your negative mindset. You have to stop paying attention to the loud voices in your head telling you that you're weak, that you're worthless, that you're a failure, and all sorts of negative thoughts that put you down. And you can develop your power by focusing on your positive traits. This is because what you think about yourself influences the results you are getting in every sphere of your life. For your power to develop, you need to stop second guessing yourself and trust you to make the right decisions at the right time and with positive outlook. When you have developed your power, you can effectively channel it toward anything that you set your mind on and progressively create the confidence and momentum to propel you forward toward your desired outcome. On a final note, you are powerful, and with that power you can boost your mental and emotional strength, which can help you scale through hurdles, setbacks, and adversities in more effective ways. In the words of Socrates, let him that would move the world first move himself. If you want to influence people, then you must move yourself. For you to make a difference, you must first have to learn to move yourself by believing in yourself and in your inner power. Here is another winner. There was an article written June 20th, 2019 that said Julia Hurricane Hawkins, at the age of 103, just ran the 100-meter dash. She took up running at the age of 100. Julia Hawkins ran the 50 and the 100-meter dash race at the National Senior Games in Albuquerque, New Mexico this week. She is believed to be the oldest woman to formally compete on an American track. 2 years ago, at the age of 101, Julia Hawkins also set a record. She ran the 100-meter dash, finishing with a time of 39.62 seconds. They call her the Hurricane. This week, at the age of 103, Miss Hawkins returned to the track to run the 50 and 100-meter dash in the National Senior Games. Miss Hawkins is believed to be the oldest woman to formally compete on an American track, which hosts the Olympic-style event for athletes 50 years and older. Just think about it. Miss Hawkins believed in herself. She said, I can run this race at the age of 100. She not only believed it, she proved it. I am going to pause for a second to take a short break while you listen to information regarding willpower and encouragement. It is all a matter of learning new behaviors. And please remember, it is easier to build strong minds than to repair injured people. What I said is a modification of a quote by Frederick Douglass. He said, it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Now for my break.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Renee stepping out on faith. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Having a goal or a plan to accomplish something isn't enough. You need to dig deeper than that. You need to tap into your subconscious to begin to reprogram your mind. And you do this through positive affirmations. Short statements that you repeat every day, regardless of your goal, how big or little. Whether your goal is to make more money, be a better boyfriend or girlfriend, or find a better job, whatever your goal is, you need to come up with short positive statements about that goal and repeat it each morning. Start by doing this for 5 minutes. And once you begin to do this, you will start to see how the subconscious and conscious mind can work together. You have the potential to do amazing things. And through positive affirmations, you start to build that confidence. Think of all the goals that you've made in the past. Think about the mindset you were in at that moment. It was one of confidence and control. I will be successful in my job. I will make my next promotion. I will meet the love of my life. These are words of affirmation. Now tell me, what are your words? Today, I choose love. From my past, my future, to my family and friends, I choose love. With everything we've got going on in the world today, all the hate and negativity, love is all we have, and it's all we need. If you can start each day with love, you will watch your world change. But the time is now to forgive, to forget, to move on. Do this and your perspective will change. If I know one thing, I would rather live in a world with love and openness than a world full of pain. And it's our choice to believe in something bigger than us. One world, one people, one love. What we need to focus on now is bringing positive energy into the world. The energy that we project every day is the same energy that we get back. We've all seen those people that can walk into a room and they glow. People want to be around them. People feel better being in their presence. That's the energy that we need to create. And once we learn how to do this, our life will be filled with greatness. We will attract that positive energy. And how we do this is by changing our outlook, leading every day with gratitude, thankfulness, optimism. And once you do this, you will see the change. I want you to take a moment and close your eyes. Think about everything positive in your life. Family, friends, a career, your faith. All of this is how you start your day. Every morning you wake up, I want you to think about what is positive in your life. I want you to list 10 reasons of why your life is amazing. And once you do this, you will see the change. You will be the change. You will begin to attract life's blessings. Lead with gratitude. Be thankful. And think positive. When you wake up this morning, I want you to think about a few things. In your life, what makes you happy? Is it family, relationships? Is it working or building your career? Is it school or education? What makes you happy every day? What makes you eager to start your morning? Now, while you're doing this, I want you to block any negative thoughts that you have. This is the time of day where you begin to invite positive thoughts into your mind. I want you to think about gratitude, being thankful for the things that you have in your life. Being thankful that you woke up this morning, that you have a job, and a place to sleep. Being thankful that you have people around you that truly love and support you. Now make sure when you walk through today, you do it with a positive mind and live by the law of attraction. Believe 100% that positive things will happen throughout the day. And even if things don't go as planned, do not spend time focusing on that. Everything that you want in your life can be achieved. And it's up to you to go out and make it happen. And remember, express positive energy and you will get positive things back in your life. This is how you live by the law of attraction.
Hi, I decided that at the end of every show for the next year, I would share excerpts from a book that I believe would enhance your life and make you a stronger thinker and problem solver. All characteristics that will help you win at life and raise stronger and healthy children. Many of you turn your nose up at reading, or you snub the advice that you must read in life to succeed, or you compare the cost of a book to getting a new pair of shoes or getting your hair done or your nails done. The reason why you make these cost comparisons is because you do not truly value a book. A book is a magnificent instrument that can change the course of your life and the lives of your children. In later shows, I plan to discuss with you how a book changed the lives of certain people. I understand that you do not earn a lot of money, and this money is valuable to you because of all the things you see advertised that you desire. and you do not want to spend a lot of money on a book. A new pair of shoes is more valuable to you than a book. If you truly cannot afford a book, then you need to go to the library and take your children with you for a day of reading. You must gird your loins and proceed at educating yourself. Some of you seem to think that having a conversation with your stupid girlfriend or your stupid boyfriend will help you more than reading a book, when actually having a conversation with your loudmouth girlfriend or loudmouth boyfriend is merely a cathartic, allowing you to blow off steam and proclaim how life has been so unfair to you. What you do not realize is that the advice coming from your do-nothing girlfriend or your do-nothing boyfriend is advice coming from a fool. Your do-nothing girlfriend is a sexual opportunist looking for a man she can impress with her body. When her vagina fails her, what will your girlfriend do but go to work at McDonald's or Wendy's at the age of 60 and continue to spread her ignorance at church? Her daughter will be on the street and her son in prison. She will never realize that her life is the result of the decision she made not to educate herself through reading. All her life she felt that she had something better to do than reading. She had something better to do than reading with her children. She had something better to do than working with her children. And that was going to the bar, trying to entertain a man, or trying to find some man that would buy her a pair of shoes. A man spending money on her was more important than educating herself. In later shows, I'm going to spend a great deal of time giving you some examples of fools. These are people who think they are smart, willing to trade their body and integrity for a dollar bill. These people end up in the cemetery after lamenting each and every day of their lives about their unfulfilled dreams. Do not be upset by the use of the word fool. You tell me if a woman is not a fool to instruct her grandson to kill her husband for a $25,000 life insurance. Let that sink in for a moment. Instead of instructing her grandson to make something of his life, the grandmother instructs her grandson to become a murderer, to kill his grandfather. I have this anecdotal advice for you about reading. Listen to this short true story. A friend and I were talking. She said a woman she knew called her and sought to renew their friendship. During their conversation, the woman told my friend that President Trump had done so much for black people, and that's why she voted for him in 2016, and she was going to vote for him again in the upcoming election. My friend asked her a question. She said, "Tell me some of the things that Trump has done for black people." The woman said, "A whole lot." My friend persisted and asked her to name one thing that Trump had done for black people. The woman could not. The woman kept using the phrase, "a whole lot of things." My friend said after a while she stopped talking. Finally, the conversation was over and my friend hung up. My friend said, as she hung up, she made up her mind right then that she would never renew her friendship with this woman. Now ask yourself why. Why would she not renew her friendship with this woman? You can answer this question in 2 words. The woman was a poor thinker. She never investigated anything that was told to her. Whether you know it or not, a person who is a poor thinker, who does not examine his or her thinking, is a very dangerous person indeed. Think about it. Today, we are going to discuss the book entitled, You Are the Prophet of Your Life. This is an excellent book to read. It is filled with encouragement and insight into how you should support yourself and how you can advance yourself in life. This is a great read.
Please take a moment to listen to these alarming statistics. According to a recent New York Times article, the U.S. suicide rate surged to a 30-year high in 2015. In fact, in the last 15 years alone, the suicide rate for girls aged 10 to 14 tripled. Middle-aged women saw a 63% increase, and for middle-aged men, the rate grew by 43%. These statistics are devastating. People of all ages and walks of life are unhappy, desperate, and without hope, and the problem is getting worse. My name is Gloria Lee, and I'm here to tell you that there is an answer. You are the prophet of your life. You can control your destiny and shape your future. You can live a better, more fulfilling life. You can change the course you're on. You Are the Prophet of Your Life is a new book that I've written and that I am glad to be able to share with you or anyone you know who may be personally suffering. Nobody needs to suffer in silence. This book will show you how to be the author of a new chapter in your life. It will show you what you need to do to be happy, successful, and sure of yourself and your future. I have found that it's in your darkest hours that you can discover your true self, the brilliant light within all of us that can never, ever be dimmed. You learn how to make informed decisions that will enrich your soul, enlighten your mind, and show you that you have the capacity to make permanent, positive changes in your life. You are the prophet of your life. Many of us live our lives, but few live their dreams. As prophets of our lives, we have the capacity. We can also attain our most lofty dreams. Ask yourself, do you want to have rewarding personal relationships? Do you want to run a successful business? Do you want to raise a beautiful, happy family? Whatever your dreams are, they are all possible if you have the roadmap, the set of instructions on how to achieve these goals. You have them now in You Are the Prophet of Your Life. No one has to live a life of mediocrity, settling with whatever comes their way. This book provides practical guidance on how you can move from just dreaming of having a better life into making it become your reality. Please join me in watching this short video on how you can realize that you really are the prophet of your life. Listen, negative thoughts interfere with the wonderful life you are meant to live. You Are the Prophet of Your Life will show you how to live positively no matter what your current situation is. Don't let problems stand in your way of a happy and successful life. Learn how to overcome even the most difficult challenges you may face. Think of your life from today on as a new building in which you are the architect. You are the builder of the greatest life you can live. It's up to you to determine what course your life takes starting today. Because, my friend, you are truly the prophet of your life. Every day life throws challenges at us, and it's how we choose to handle them that makes all the difference. You can decide the course of your life from today onward. You can be your own prophet. Some of the key messages discussed in the book include being consistent in what you say and what you believe. A problem that most of us are guilty of is inconsistency. We are destined to fail when we allow negative thoughts and beliefs to impact what we say, not only to ourselves, but to others. Being inconsistent in one's beliefs translates to sowing seeds of doubt and unbelief. The famous saying is true that whatever you sow, you will reap. Always endeavor to be consistent in what you say and speak to others exuding faith, happiness, and wellness. Being pessimistic is dangerous. Do you get up in the morning telling yourself it's going to be a horrible day? No matter how bad your yesterday was, it should never stop you from being optimistic today. Being a pessimist is a recipe for suffering. It prevents you from seeing the positives in your life. You must realize that you are in control of what you think. Most importantly, positive thoughts lead to positive actions. Why get up in the morning telling yourself it's going to be a horrible day? Why tell yourself you are meant for the doom and not the fortune? Being pessimistic sets you up for a miserable life. It prevents you from seeing the positives in your life. You must realize that you're in control of what you think. Most importantly, you must always remember it is positive thinking that will make you a better person. The importance of reading scriptures. You don't need to believe in God to read scriptures. There are lessons that anyone can learn and gain inspiration from. Reading the Bible can help liberate you from negative thinking. God's words exude hope and positivity. God tells man that he can look forward to a great life by living righteously and not violating others. Nothing is as powerful as this. The need to investigate your emotions. Being the prophet of your life involves you being in control of your emotions. Investigating our emotions requires self-examination, which for some is painful. Most of us are scared to make mistakes, so we hesitate to make tough decisions. No matter how difficult investigating your emotions can be, you must never shy away from it. When you are not in touch with your emotions, you are destined to live a life out of control. Take control of your life. Taking authority over your life involves you investigating your emotions. A lot of us fail in this regard. Investigating our emotions requires self-examination, which is usually painful. Apart from this, most of us are scared of making mistakes. Thus, we tend to prefer to oscillate back and forth between two kingdoms than taking tough decisions. Irrespective of how difficult investigating your emotions can be, you must never shy away from it. When you do not investigate your emotions, you are inviting others to take control of your life. You are the prophet of your life. A lot of us have found ourselves in threatening scenarios: a cheating husband or a cheating wife, an unwanted pregnancy, extreme poverty, and many others. We were faced with making decisions which could either make us or mar us. While some of us were able to scale through, others weren't lucky enough. Well, it's not that the women that couldn't make it through were foolish or less deserving. Most of the time, they were just unlucky to be victims of the weak belief system of the society we find ourselves. By living positively, you can solve a number of personal problems that could stand in your way of a happy and successful life. Think of your life as a new building for which you are the architect. You can decide how many bathrooms or bedrooms you put in there. Think of your life as a vehicle for which you are the driver. You can decide when to stop or accelerate. Think of your life as a ship on a stormy sea, for which you are the sailor. You have to sail to safety, otherwise the ship will capsize. Only you can determine your course. Only you can decide which direction you want to go. You can liberate yourself. The book, You Are the Prophet of Your Life, was written to help people all across the world to stand and confront the monsters in our lives for the sake of the future of our children. This book takes into cognizance the millions of people in the world who have lost their lives solely because they were poor and were unable to control their environment. If the book You Are the Prophet of Your Life has a positive change on just one person's life and saves them from living a life full of hopelessness and despair, then it will have been worth it to me. But I know the impact this way of life has already had on me, and my goal is to share the message with as many people suffering as possible. This book is for everyone, male or female. This is the story of your life, and you are its only writer. Let You Are the Prophet of Your Life be your companion to help guide you through life's obstacles. Let it be the beacon of light to awaken your best you. A Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. You should never be afraid of taking the bold step. You want a change of career at 40? Go for it. You need to acquire a new skill to boost your income? Go for it. You love someone but are scared to tell them? Come on, do it now. No one would kill you for that. It's the story of your life. You don't let anyone else but you be the writer. You can look beyond the facade of whatever despair and disappointment you are currently facing. Don't ever look down on yourself. If you ever have to look down, make sure it's your shoes you're admiring. You need a companion to help you through life. You need a companion to help make your decision-making a lot easier. That companion is You Are the Prophet of Your Life. Read a copy now and live the life you've always wanted. We at Touched by the Light Publishing hope you enjoyed our presentation, and realize you can enjoy a more fruitful and fun-filled life after reading You Are the Prophet of Your Life.
I am going to pause for a second to take a short break while you listen to information regarding willpower and encouragement. It is all a matter of learning new behaviors. And please remember, it is easier to build strong minds than to repair injured people. What I said is a modification of a quote by Frederick Douglass. He said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." Now for my break.
I think one thing we can all agree on is how important it is to find time in your life to grow with your personal development, your hobbies, with your profession, to step outside of your routine to explore. We cannot grow. We cannot expect change unless we are willing to try something new. And that's what I want you to focus on right now. Are you willing to step outside of your comfort zone? Are you willing to try something new regardless of the outcome? Because even when you try and you might not succeed, you still grow from the experience. That's what life is about. Being comfortable even when you're not comfortable. And I promise you, once you start to take those chances, you will begin to attract new opportunities into your life. But trust me, this step is never easy. But what you need to focus on is the end result. Are you content with staying the same, or are you looking for growth? Are you looking for change? Are you looking for opportunity? If you are, this is how you do it. You need to grow.
Remember, if you miss one of our shows, you can visit our YouTube channel at Touched by the Light Publishing to watch and listen to previous episodes of Women of Courage. Thank you. Dear listeners, help us save a life. Stop breast cancer from taking lives. Will you assist us in putting the booklet Black Women and Breast Cancer in the Hands of a Million People? Please go to the website www.touchedbythelight.us and download the booklet Black Women and Breast Cancer. Then email this booklet to 5 friends, asking them to email the booklet to 5 of their friends. We are trying to reach 1 million women with this information to save lives. The death of one woman to breast cancer from our community is one woman too many. We thank you for your support. Dear male listeners, our show may be called Women of Courage, but our name should not stop you from listening to our show. You have as much to learn and to consider as women. Why? Because many of you are fathers, sons, and brothers, and you need to understand those forces and situations that affect the female members of your family. So we do implore you to listen to our show with an ear for understanding. Thank you. Again, the book You Are the Prophet of Your Life says You can have what you say, but you must be consistent. When you oscillate back and forth, you are being inconsistently consistent. That is right. You are consistently sowing seeds of doubt and unbelief, and that is what you're going to harvest. Whatever you put in the ground of your heart will grow. If you put doubt and unbelief into your heart, that is what you will harvest. You can have what you say, but what you say must be consistent. You must consistently speak faith and wellness. What I mean by the word faith is that you believe in yourself. If you continue to speak the problem, that is all that you will harvest, is the problem. Whatever you consistently say, you will believe. If you are constantly telling yourself you are no good, that you cannot learn, that no one will want you, then that will be the result of your life because that is what you believe. You keep talking yourself into trouble. What you need to do is purchase a concordance, find the scriptures that will fit your needs, say the scriptures, receive the scriptures, and rehearse the scriptures, so that you can firmly root the word of God in your heart. What I mean by scriptures are scriptures that are uplifting, that tell you that you can accomplish things, that you can succeed, that the world is open to you. Soon the words will come from your heart, out of your mouth as a creative force. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. To the Bible and look for scriptures that have things to do with poverty, okay? Being downtrodden, things that have to do with losing. To change your heart so that you will speak in line with God, you have to go to the Bible and find scriptures that will uplift you. The world will send you down a mouse hole. The world will depress you. The world will make you believe that your situation is hopeless. To fight all the depressing things around you, you must talk to yourself. You must plant the word in your heart, and you must prophesy health and wealth to yourself. Soon you will become what you believe, and you will see the results of that belief in your life. Nothing is hopeless under God. Just ask the people who have experienced medical miracles every day. I am one of them. A doctor punched a hole in my heart. He didn't know it. He sewed me back up. I went home. About 7 days into my injury, I was bleeding from the heart. I called one of the doctors that I knew. He told me, no, something is wrong. Get up and go to the hospital. I spoke to this doctor at 3 o'clock in the morning. When I walked into the hospital, the doctor looked at me, and the last words I heard before I fainted, she says, you hold on because I'm going to save you. And save me she did. When they opened me up, my chest cavity was filled with blood because it had been leaking from the hole that the doctor had put in my heart. The next morning, the doctor who I called at 3 o'clock in the morning, he came in to see me. He held my hand. And he says, you know you're not supposed to be here, don't you? And he started laughing. He says, because nobody survives that much loss of blood from the heart. But I survived. Lots of us have found ourselves in threatening scenarios. We have a cheating husband. We have an unwanted pregnancy. We have extreme poverty and many other catastrophes. We were faced with making decisions which could either make or mar us. While some of us were able to scale through, others were not so lucky. Now, it is not that the woman or man could not make it through because they were foolish or less deserving. Most of the time, they were just unlucky to be victims of the weak belief system of society that we find ourselves. As women, we cannot and should not allow this barbarity to continue. We are the ones that are being victimized, and only we can liberate ourselves. The book You Are the Prophet of Your Life was written to help women across the world understand this and stand together to confront the monsters in our lives for the sake of the future of our children. You are the prophet of your life. Discuss how you fight back against odds. If you are sad, unhappy, or afraid, you need to read You Are the Prophet of Your Life. This book will show you how to create a future for yourself, how to strengthen your mind, causing you to pursue your dreams and confidence. But this book should be this book should be read more than once. Your mind needs constant nourishment. You need to feed yourself healthy instructions every day, picturing yourself successfully accomplishing your goals. Do not sit back while others pass you by. Read and see things a whole new way and commit yourself to change. Thank you for listening to Women of Courage and have a great day.